Folks, welcome back to the show. It is currently March 1st, a Friday, tail end of my week off work. Now, as you've seen from previous videos, we've done the Jeep, the Econoline's running. And now it is time to get this thing up in the air and roll the frame out so that we can tear this engine down because I'll be honest with you, just because I'm curious and want to see what's going on in there. So we have some stuff filmed from earlier in the week, kind of tinkering with this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you all in the time machine, send you back, and while you're checking that out, I'm going to start doing the boring stuff, which is snapping off a lot of bolts and drilling stuff out and getting this thing ready to lift. So grab a drink, pop some popcorn, do whatever you got to do, and I will see you back here. It's windier than hell, I apologize, but we got the scrap wagon backed up here. Anything that isn't usable, I did pressure wash the living out of this to desalt it from the ride home. But here's something I want to show you folks. I thought this was trunk mat, and then I flipped it up. There's trunk mat on top, but it's shingles underneath. And then remember that piece of wood I showed you in the last one? So this means somebody tried fixing this thing up at some point in its life, but now it is just a little beyond all that. Got pieces of rust just going in because we do recycle. Okay, so here's what we're dealing with after I did a little more cleaning in the trunk of this 57. I think I'm fixing to do the world's quickest and easiest gas tank uninstall. Wish they all came apart this easy. Come on, we might as well go too. Getting our money back. That was easy and fun. And this is a good time to see where all my body mount points are for that old girl. So it looks like we got 1, 2 in the back. Probably, maybe that's it for the back. Let's go around here and look. See, one good thing about this car is it's like a practice car, you know? Like, I'm trying to make it to where, well, no, those aren't mounts, those are just rubber stops. So I'm thinking, so it's looking like just 2 back here, and then however many up in the front. You know, 1, another one there, another one there, another one there. It's about 8 bolts holding the body on this sucker. Finally, it's starting to look better. Well, it's that time of night. We're being invaded. Ming, beat it. Beat it, Ming. Would you beat it? Well, come in here and take shits. All of you, get. Get. Shoo. Anyway, before we were so rudely interrupted, progress is continuing on this basically a destruction of this truck. But the big thing I'm trying to do is very carefully get the wiring harness out of the truck and keep it as a complete uncut unit, because we're going to need it on the car. Plus, it'd be nice to have things like, you know, lights that come on when you open the door. Jesus. You guys beat it. Yeah, I see you, bud. And my method of working on things would probably drive a sane person crazy, but it works for me because I'm so scatterbrained. I'm literally just bouncing You know, we just ripped the bumper off this. It's always the last damn one that wants to fight. Come on. Now I went out there and tore the gas tank out of that 57. You might think, why are you even messing with the 57? Well, because it's fun. What is not usable needs to get in the scrap hauler. We need to get a load and get that thing hauled in because prices are up a little bit now. And kind of make the black 57 disappear as the 59 becomes airborne. And yeah, like I said, I'm scatterbrained. I like to bounce around. Okay, so hopefully you enjoyed that little collection of the progress throughout the week on this car, which was not much. Now, while you were watching that, things happened, as you can see. Got a little carried away, didn't film it, sorry. But listen, if there's stuff you want to see that I'm not filming, or, you know, listen, we're all ears for advice, because it might come as a shock. I don't know what the hell I'm doing on it. But let me tell you what I've learned about 59 Dodges. This is how many fasteners, and that's not all of them, keep in mind, that just hold the front clip on. I had to cut like 3. Honest to God, this car is a pleasure to work on. Because believe it or not, it's coming apart very easily, whereas most of these things are just hell on earth. We've got 2 body mounts out. Like I said, it's starting to rain, so this might be the end of this video for today. Now I'm working on the steering column, and I have a few more body mounts, and then it will be time to put this thing, which I've got straps, if you'll follow me. Also, check that thing out. Doesn't it just look nice? So I got some recovery straps at I got some 30 footers at Harbor Freight, which I started doing some like head math, and 30 footers seemed like they might have been too much. So then I went to Rule King and got some 20 footers, smaller straps, and maybe those will be right. Either way, it's not a big deal. There goes, it's already school bus going by times. Jesus. Where did the day go? Some things I noticed about this car that I want to show you folks. There's no odometer, so I have absolutely no idea how many miles are on it. But when you look at things like this, she's got to have a bunch. Now, the first thing we're going to do once this car is actually swinging, and my plan is to wrap straps, like get the body unbolted, jack it up just enough off the frame to get the straps under the body. And the plan is to just do 2 straps, run up to a D-ring and a chain hoist. This might come as a shock, but I've never, done this before exactly. So the first thing we're going to do once the car is lifted off of this frame is drag the frame out and get this engine pulled, because I am so curious just to see what's inside after the state of the spark plugs, the amount of water. And another thing I noticed, there is not one frost, freeze, core, whatever kind of plug you want to call them. There's not one plug left in this car. I don't know if that's just because they've rusted away to oblivion thanks to all the water, or they actually did what they're supposed to and blew out of the engine when it did freeze. A couple things I noticed that make me more excited, like you take the road draft tube off and you look down, and this thing had some miles on her. So I'm very excited to get this on a stand. I'm a big fan of I Do Cars channel, and I really like the way he does engine teardowns. And they say imitation is the highest form of flattery. Now granted, I look nothing like Adam Sandler, but I'm gonna try my darndest to edit that engine teardown video in a way that is watchable and interesting. Granted, I'm nowhere near, I don't got the jokes that guy has either. But if you don't know I Do Cars channel and you're here by some odd chance, you got to go check him out, because he's doing the Lord's work over there. Like I said, some cars, when you start to take them apart, they fight you every way. But for whatever reason, this car has been, is coming apart very easily. Now, will I ever be able to get it put back together? It's a good question. Not sure. I'm just kidding. We'll figure it out. I've got a nice big tub for all the weird trim pieces that I don't want to get mixed up with that car, because I'm trying to keep these entities separate.
Maybe we should use color-coded containers.
Well, see, I'm trying this. I'm using these. I got a bunch of these old, they're actually from the hospital. Some sort of drug that was, but I have a ton of these. And I'm using these to keep, like, this is all front clip stuff. I've got another bucket in the car that was interior bit screws. And I'm trying to do the smart thing. The real smart thing would be bag and tag every little thing of, you know, where it came from. But listen, I'm not that guy. I don't have that type of patience. Are those vice grips spinning in there? The things are coming out easy. They're not snapping right off, which is usually just not the case.
Bubba, what are you doing?
Bubba, what are you doing? Yeah, a little rusty, but they come out. Like I said, I still can't believe it.
Oh, and everybody needs to wish Nate a happy birthday.
No.
Yeah.
It is not.
Tell him happy birthday in the comments.
Please don't, folks.
Please do. He needs the birthday cheer.
No, I don't. I'm 32 years old. That's why.
And?
That's my motivation for getting this car done. Is I'm this close to death.
30s are so young.
32. I can feel the cold hand of death on my shoulder.
Is the rigor mortis setting in?
Yeah. I'm just kidding. Ooh, look, a money. I just saw. Let's see what year this is. 1964. That's the same year as my dad.
Oh, my dad too.
Twinsies. Like I said, this thing she's ready to be a 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive. I can't say thank you enough because like this whole working on cars thing, like getting to do this and having it not just be where all my money goes, but we're kind of making some back, is a dream I've had for, I don't know, since I was a little kid and saw Monster Garage for the first time on television. That Jesse James, I thought he was a badass. Lighting his cigarette off the damn grinder sparks in the intro. Anyway, he'd be creeping. Hi, buddy. Okay, so the last two, of course, are going to be the biggest nightmares. Because I don't know why. They made all the others very accessible. What the hell? Get a good shot of this.
Yeah, I do. The duck's walking right behind you.
Ming! Check it out, folks. We got her doing all the work.
Something about this ain't right.
You're the new nasty Nate. I can't work in these conditions.
Let's go back to the trailer.
Yeah.
Okay, Weiler Mallet says, I would personally put a pallet under it and tie the straps to the pallet so the weight is more dispersed, but that's just me. But you would have to wedge a pallet between the body and the frame. Good luck.
That's actually a really good idea. And the pallet would help keep the straps from unstrapping. Okay, so these ones came off a little different. The tops came off. I don't know what that's going to translate to in... Hopefully those, you would think they would just pop right off, but I don't know. There's where that went. I'm looking for that for just a gentle little lift right here on the edge and see what it does.
Oh, yeah.
Is it moving? Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. Okay, good. So, before I put way too much stress on one point of the car and crack the windshield, like I said, the big goal here is to not break any of the glass, because the glass is probably irreplaceable, especially that front one. So I'm going to use the same method and theory that I use taking apart the entire front clip, which is if you see a nut or bolt or fastener that looks like it does something, I'm just taking it off. Which I don't know if this is just some sort of sleeve. But I've got the column, the 2 bolts on the dash undone. Okay, so that's not... I'm not doing as much as I was hoping it would. You know, this is another one of those times where it's like, man, I wish I knew what I was doing. Somebody is looking at their screen right now, screaming, "You idiot!"
Dumbass.
So I'm really fighting the urge to just sawzall this whole thing off.
Don't do that, you'll regret it.
You and your goddamn voice of reason. Do you think it's funny just coming in here and speaking honest truths? Look, it's a stork. Leroy, help me. Help. Decent. Steering column's out. Don't ask me how I did that. Not proud of what I did. The body is unbolted, and I won't have a camera woman tomorrow, so we got to make this count. And like I said, I want this to be more closer to done. So, like I said, don't ask questions on the steering column removal. Not proud, but I don't think we're reusing it. So now I'm going to quickly trim those shifty cables. We are losing daylight. If I seem rushed, it's because I am rushed at this point. This is about to be some nasty customs after dark in a not pervert way.
After hours?
Yeah. Thinking also, Harbor Freight, you're not gonna believe this, Harbor Freight Warrior blades suck at removing steering columns. Now I gotta climb up there and tighten that nut up. Oh. I don't even want to do that. Doesn't have to be tight. Ah.
Why aren't you late?
Too late. We're already here. We're doing it. Okay, so that's tight. Now I got to get my chain hoist. Now this is a 1,000-pound capacity, so surely this car does not weigh more than 1,000 pounds. Well, my biggest goal here is to not break the windows. Like, if nothing else, I just don't want to break the windows.
Probably because he's 32 now.
Shh! It's enough of that. Oh, the paint loves it. Just fit. Thank God. Okay, so that is good. Racing against the clock here.
Are you gonna do the pallet thing?
If it was easy enough to get a pallet under there, yes, I would love to. But how am I gonna lift it enough to get a pallet between the body and the frame? I've got 20 footers here and 30 footers. I'm thinking the 20 footers are gonna probably even still be too long, but we're fixing to learn together. Okay. You like that? You see what I did there? Right under the door hinge.
Oh my.
It's gone up. Just keep your eyes on this area. If it starts to bend,
It just shifted over.
that's good. That's good. That's what we want. Oh yeah, this car is not bolted anymore. Okay, hold that thought. It's gonna be a task. Don't be nervous. If I'm not nervous, you shouldn't be nervous. This is actually the safest part of this whole operation, probably. It's gonna get way worse from here. Okay, now can I snake this up and over? Good on the paint. It's a rat rod, okay? What do you want? Maybe we'll try right under that pinch weld. Yeah, see? It's okay. Let me get my yoga mat. America. Please don't fall and smash my fingies. Maybe. Yeah. Okay, so take this side down. Pick the other. If you're gonna do something stupid, folks, do it as fast as you can. That's always been my motto. So now I need to move the chain hoist. Like I said, my biggest goal here is to not break windows with chains or otherwise. So this thing is really heavy, but I can kind of crab it around where I need. So like I said, I'd like to get to the stopping point of this video to be, it's in the air. Use the calibrated eyeball. Barely. Are you ready? Show them the plates we put under the legs. I don't know if they're actually boiler plates. I don't know. All I know is they're really heavy, and if it's gonna sink those in the dirt, the chain hoist will break far before that ever happened. Yep. Okay, it's over the frame, so we'll drag this through to about there, and then throw this part back under the car to probably just out of reach from the other side. You just gotta lift up this side of the car just a little bit, and yeah, that looks rusty as hell right there. We'll go for that. Just hurry up quickly. Quickly. Shit.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I didn't get up over the drive shaft. That would have been dumb. So, it is over the drive shaft and over the frame. So now, it's all right. So now, our straps are ran. Now, we should probably, God, that's sharp. I really don't know what's gonna happen here. See this tripod? This is what I use when you're not around. So this is your competition. And listen, honestly, I don't like the thing. It's not the same. I tell it funny things, it doesn't laugh.
Hey, hey.
Can you see it better?
Oh, yeah.
Doors are shut. We're gonna need the doors shut for extra structural rigidity at this point. That one's as good as it's gonna get. Oh dang, she's, maybe the 20 footers are a little too tight. I don't know. Like I said, I've never done this before. This offers premium protection against all scuffs and dents. Does that look like it's coming down?
It looks like it's coming down. 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 It loo
Also, that short video we put up, everybody's advice, I haven't had a chance to respond yet, but I did read them, and y'all made some very good points, and I thank you. The pallet one was excellent, and if I had a way to get it high enough to get a pallet in between the frame and the straps through the pallet, we would have done it. But we're out of time, basically. You know how those stupid automotive shows like Overhauling, they all have deadlines and like they create drama? This is our drama. Listen, hopefully this just, I know I say hopefully a lot, but oh, that's nice. Now it's probably gonna pop and do weird things until those straps kind of settle where they're gonna end up. Beat it, ducks. Maybe it'll straighten up those rusty quarters when we're doing this. All right, so that one is very tight. Junk ass Harbor Freight blades. Can't even cut a steering column. It's got a hell of a lot of weight on it right there. I just want to see. It looks like it's kind of swinging. I don't know. You know, it'd be a real dick move to end the video here. Okay, that side's out of its mount. How are we looking on the front? Oh, she's way up in the front. Let me, oh, it's this stupid thing.
What is it?
The transmission mounts. Or, I bet when I cut these, this thing's really gonna do something. So let me take some tension off and then we'll cut those rods. I wonder if I can just unbolt those. I still, see, even in the midst of all this stupidity, I still don't like cutting stuff if I can help it. But the body isn't doing any weirdness. Okay, so that's off. That's not hooked up. Let's resume the lift. And it's not folding up the bottom bad. Everything look. Okay. Let me go back here and lift. Okay, there went the back mount. Let me make sure this one is. This one is not. We're good. A ground strap. Which the ground strap on this thing is. Uh-oh. I don't like the look of that. Actually, we're still. Okay, that's not hooked. I like that now that I'm thinking about it. Because that'll keep that strap from shooting for the middle. It's not ideal. None of this is ideal. Don't ever do this at home, kids. Move the hoist. It's a little straighter. But everything looks good. If you look at the body, it's not folding anything or doing anything scary. running out of chain hoist. Let me give it just a little more. And if it's still going to be fighting us, I think we might set it back down and just call this a video. Yeah, folks, we're going to set it down and call it a video. It's doing not good things to this rear quarter panel. It's starting to pull up on this bad quarter panel. So we're just going to end the video here. Sorry for the cliffhanger. I don't like it either. And look at this in the daylight. Think it over a little more. Do some better rigging because it's not picking up the ass enough. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. All those who comment, I will respond, and I appreciate you so much because your comments, your likes, your shares, showing this to your friends, more subscribers, just means we can keep doing stuff like this. Don't leave. We're not done yet. You want me to just take these tire wheels off?
The rear bumper is what's going to
Okay.
did not account for the rear bumper. The rear bumper is even higher than your frame arches.
Let me.
The rear bumper needs to go.
So there it is. Everyone that gave suggestions, even though I didn't use a lot of them, I still thank you. Apologize for that quick bad camera angle and work there as we were pulling it out. But like I said, getting somebody here to help me, big thanks to Ben, because not only did he help me out just then, he's the reason, you know, I've got this whole engine hoist. So we are way ahead of schedule as far, like, honestly, I hadn't even thought far enough ahead that this would be sitting on the ground, which isn't perfect, but for right now, it's not in the air. It did not break. No glass broke. We didn't bend anything too much. You know, I mean, we bent some rocker panels, just a hair, but those all need replaced anyway. So it's not, this thing's never going to go to Pebble Beach, folks. I just kind of wanted to show what a 59 Dodge frame looks like. Now, I hadn't been able to see the front. I'd only seen between this car and this car at the backs, and they looked kind of spindly. But in the middle, these things are beefy. Now, the tie rod's broke. We did use the Cummins to, well, it's going to be this car, so it might as well help destroying the car. So anyway, there's our frame. My loose plan, which is subject to change at any moment, is get it back on its wheels, either figure out where park is or just unhook the drive shaft so it's kind of rolly, maybe weld that tie rod back up, and then work on getting this engine and transmission out, because it's got to come out anyway, because I need to use this frame as a template, and the more light and easy to move around by myself it is. Plus, anything savable on that engine and transmission, trust me, will be saved. And then anything that's not, which is probably going to be the majority of it, will be going in the scrap wagon right there. So yeah, the video ran a little longer than I thought. I'm glad to have this off now though. Getting to look at first looks at this frame. I wasn't too excited about cutting that, but I really don't think I need it. Plus, the 57 has power steering. It's the same thing in that car. So if for some reason I do need it, I have it. Whew. I tell you what, I thought I was nervous when this car was up on the forks at the junkyard, you know, 20 feet off the ground. I was a lot more nervous here doing that. So that's going to end it for this video. Next video, like I said, is going to loosely be planned on just seeing what's in this. It'll be, you know, easy and fun little video. Getting it out probably won't be so much, but that's it. That's where we're ending it. So thank y'all for watching. Thanks all the comments, all the support. You guys are awesome. Have a good day.